Welcome everyone, ladies and gentlemen, everyone in between. This is What's Your Gender? It's another one of those short and sweet little games on my channel. However, this isn't really a game, it's more of a walking simulator with very little audio, and it introduces you to the various gender identities and most important terms. I'm actually not quite sure how much I paid on Steam or if it was free. What am I doing? Ah, there you go. I was a bit confused because the first time I played it, I used my controller, and then now I'm using the keyboard. I can't enter these doors. Whoa. Right. So it's the game itself is described as a non-eucledian labyrinth. Not quite sure what that's supposed to mean, but it's very stylish. Sparsely painted, but sort of atmospheric to say the least. Cisgender, or cis, is a term for people whose gender identity matches their sex assigned at birth. It is the antonym to transgender and trans.
Do I fit the category other people assigned me?
That's the question. And it's totally fine if you're not sure about your gender identity and or your pronouns. Don't worry, you don't have to be sure. Take your time, find out, ask yourself,
how do I know what my gender is?
Trans is an umbrella term for anyone whose gender does not or does not fully match the sex they were assigned at birth. It is the antonym to cis. Today the term is mostly commonly used as an adjective, but it can also be used as part of a compound noun that describe a given identity. Now, you don't have to be sure about your identity. It's totally fine if you're not. Let me go there first. Pausing describes phenomena, what? Where a trans person is read as either cis, their correct gender, and or the gender they want to be perceived as by an outside party. Being able to pause is often seen as a privilege. Historically, the term has been used for BIPOC who were white passing and thus able to escape some of the legal and social conventions of racial segregation and discrimination. So let's say you're a biological male and you want to be perceived as a woman. So you would usually start to wear...
Am I still the same person that I was 2 years ago?
No. You would start wearing ladies' clothes and maybe wear makeup. And, well, if your passing is well done, you might not be recognized as a male anymore. I'm pretty sure that's very short for what's inside that term, but that's all I can describe it for now. Gender fluid describes certain identities under the multigender, non-binary, and transgender umbrellas. Gender fluid individuals have gender identities that change over time. They could be multiple genders at once and then switch to none at all, or move between single gender identities or some other combination therein. For some gender fluid people, these changes happen as often as several times a day, and for others, monthly or less often. I happened to know someone who was gender fluid. I happened to live with her for about 3 years. Well, biologically, she was a woman. I'm not entirely sure what gender she would have liked to be or to have. I didn't want to be too nosy, sorry. So queer. Originally a slur against members of the LGBTIA community, the term queer was reclaimed in the 1980s and is today a widely used umbrella term describing any person who isn't straight and cis and dia, D-Y-A. While some members of these communities still reject the term due to its past, it has become one of the more widely used umbrella terms and has spawned its own field of political and academic theory. That's totally true. There is actually something called queer studies, and well, that's pretty cool, I think. So queer people aren't as outside as they used to be before, and that's nice, because we all have to be in peace.
Are there parts of my identity that
with
always
each
stay
other.
the same?
Demigender, from demi, half, and gender, is an umbrella term for non-binary gender identities that have a partial connection to a certain gender. I wonder what those ice cream sticks are supposed to be. Gallery, nice. Femme is a term that refers to a queer person whose gender expression is considered to be feminine. Femme was originally used to distinguish feminine, lesbian, and bisexual women from butch women, and it is still one of the main uses of the term. It is common for trans and non-binary individuals to use the term to refer to their identity or expression even if they do not identify as lesbian or bisexual women. Inter. An intersex person has sex characteristics, e.g. anatomy, reproductive organs and or chromosome patterns that do not fit the typical definition of male or female. This may be apparent at birth or become so later in life. Intersex people, just like dyadic people, may identify with any sexual orientation or gender identity.
Everyone should be able to make their own decisions concerning their body.
That's totally true. It's actually none of your business how someone sees their body. If someone has an abortion or anything else physically, just be respectful and don't mess with them. Gender euphoria, sometimes called gender congruence, is the antonym to dysphoria. It describes the phenomenon of a person experiencing joy due to one or multiple aspects of their gender identity or expression: pronouns, body features, labels. So just be as supportive as you can, and if you can't be supportive, don't be a dick. Simple as that. Dysphoria refers to negative feelings arising from some aspect of gender experience. Examples include body dysphoria when caused by aspects of one's own body as well as being misgendered. Gender dysphoria is experienced by many but not all trans people. So how do here's the stairs.
Which situations make me feel euphoric about myself?
Actually, I don't remember any. Sorry. I totally like the art style. That tree is beautiful. And it does change colors, right? Wow. There we are.
How can we subvert and use concepts that are tightly interwoven with patriarchal structures?
Oh, the music is so good. Non-binary is a term that refers to people whose gender is not completely and exclusively male or female. They can identify with not having gender at all, with both binary genders, with a third identity, or an identity which can change over time.
Do my behaviors fit into gender stereotypes? Am I gender non-conforming if they don't?
So this is a map of the game, I guess. term gender void describes an identity that is defined by the absence of gender. Okay, so we're back here. Ah, pronouns.
A person walks through the door. Me walks through the door. They walk through the door. One walks through the door. Sie walks through the door.
So I can choose my pronouns myself. I wonder
Absolutely.
what that would feel like.
Absolutely, feel free to use any pronouns you like, really.
Sie walks through the door. He walks through the door. He walks through the door. A walks through the door. She walks through the door.
What's your pronouns, everyone? Let me know in the comments if you like. You don't have to, though, really. I don't want to be too intrusive. I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable or anything. Just share whatever you like, and if you don't want to share anything, that's fine too. Drag refers to the performance of masculinity, femininity, or other forms of gender expression. A drag queen is someone who performs femininity, and a drag king is someone who performs masculinity. The term may be used as a noun, as in the expression in drag, or as an adjective as in drag show. The use of drag in this sense appeared in print as early as
What does it
1870.
mean to feel good with certain clothes? In what kind of situation?
Well, in some situations, you might feel comfortable wearing skirts, and in other situations, you might be more comfortable wearing pants, and that's totally fine. Try and wear whatever you like, whatever you feel more comfortable with. People might look weird if a guy wears a skirt, but if he likes it, well, why not? Personally, I wouldn't wear a skirt because just try and find one in my size. But I'm sure it's quite comfy. Now I'm looking for a specific room here. Oh, those ice cream sticks are up here. Well, I'm looking for the staircase, if you remember that from the very beginning. Can't walk any faster. The music is so beautiful. Can I have the soundtrack as an extra DLC, please? Seriously, it's good. It's great. Oh, right. There it is.
Sometimes I think that the fights that have already been fought decades ago just keep repeating.
In some South Asian countries, including India, Indonesia, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, the hijra, or trans or intersex people with a distinct and established gender identity. This is a very ancient tradition of a gender role that escapes a rigid gender binary.
Is it a Western norm of gender that is repressing all other ideas and constructs?
Sort of, actually, yes. Two-spirit is a modern umbrella term used by some indigenous North Americans to describe native people in their communities who fulfill a traditional third gender or other gender variant ceremonial and social role in their cultures. Actually, yes, it's a Western term. Oh, there we are. We've been there. So what if I go even higher? Oh. So here's the very beginning of the game again. There's also 7 trophies to find. I got 6 of them. The only one I'm missing is the one where you would look at all those description text. And I can't find any others. I think I've read them all. Maybe there's 1 or 2 rooms I haven't discovered yet. But honestly, I don't want to annoy you with just failing to find something. So here's the map again. We are right here. So this room next to the void, between the voids and pronouns. It's this one, right? We can go there, but it's the same room all over again. And I think outside, we've been outside. We've seen the femme, the hydra, demi, staircase, queer, trans, fluid, drag, passing, and the map room, of course. Now, I think we're done. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you found it, well, maybe not really entertaining, but I'm sure you know what I mean. I'm running out of words here a bit. So, if you feel comfortable about it, let me know what your pronouns are, what your identity is, and thanks again for watching. Bye bye.